Happy to have you here on the Screen Team Show on today's Talk 930 KWOC and also 93.3 FM. We've got a really good show for you this evening. We've got Miss Brittany McKay in the studio ready to do some reviews of movies that she has picked. Brittany,
howdy.
Good to see you this evening. We've got some good movies, some interesting movies.
It's quite a variety, isn't it?
Quite a variety. You've got like a classic 90s comedy called Captain Ron.
Yeah.
You've got a movie that was a big hit for George Clooney and kind of reintroduced the nation to, I guess, folk music. Or Americana music with Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And then our last film this evening is it's a horror film, I guess you could say.
It's hard to know what category to really put it in. It's in the freaky category.
That's a great
it's the
description.
Genre.
It's called Tusk. It was directed by Kevin Smith, and we'll talk about that movie a little bit later on this evening. Before we get into Captain Ron, I want to talk about a couple of actors who passed away this week.
Yeah, we lost a bunch of artists and actors, and
yesterday we lost talented actress Ruby Dee, who was in movies like Do the Right Thing. She was also in like Jungle Fever and American Gangster, and she was also married to Ossie Davis, who passed away several years ago. But they were married for over 50 years, man. They were just such a cute couple. But Ruby passed away yesterday, and then I believe on Thursday we lost Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Who, if you've seen the new Star Wars prequels, he plays Count Dooku in that. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, he plays the White Wizard in those particular films. And if you're really into old school B horror movies, you definitely know who Christopher Lee is, because he was in all the Dracula movies. He was he did a lot, man. He was like in that Vincent Price kind of category. And interesting tidbit on Christopher Lee: he is, I guess, maybe in the top 3 of male actors who have produced the most money in their movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that.
With all the Star Wars films he did, The Lord of the Rings.
Yes, some of those are big old box office smashes.
The Tim Burton films that he was in. If he's not number 1 or 2, he's definitely number 3, because him and Samuel L. Jackson kind of go back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
So we definitely wanted to recognize both of those artists who passed away this week. Our first film we're going to do, Brittany, is a movie called Captain Ron, and this movie came out in the early 1990s. It stars Kurt Russell and Martin Short, and I guess the premise is we've got Martin Short. He's got his family, and he wants to take his family on this vacation, on this boating outing. Is that correct?
Yeah, he inherits a boat. He inherits I guess you would call it a yacht.
Yeah, I would say so.
Sort of thing. And he's seen pictures of it, and he remembers when he was a kid cruising on this yacht with his uncle, and so he has all these wonderful memories of this particular boat, and
wants to share it with his family.
How beautiful it was, right? Yeah, and so he finds out he's inherited when his uncle passes away, and he decides that instead of just having it brought to him, that he and his family are going to go to it, which I believe it's in the Caribbean somewhere at that time, and sail it back to the United States.
That sounds pretty good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What a great family bonding kind of experience, and gosh, on the water, how cool is that? Who wouldn't love that, right?
Right.
Well, first off, his kids hate the idea because they don't want to be gone for that long and miss school and all that kind of stuff. And then he gets there, and it's, let's just say, less than premium condition at that point.
It's a lemon, I guess.
Well, his uncle kind of let it go a little.
Yeah. So how does Captain Ron come into this picture?
Well, he finds out pretty quick that he's not going to be able to sail this boat by himself. And so he just finds a local captain, somebody that can help him and the family get the boat back to the U.S. and that kind of a thing. And it turns out to be Kurt Russell's character, Captain Ron.
And Captain Ron is, I guess, eccentric, right?
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, that's a fun way to say it. He's eccentric. He's got a patch over one eye,
Yeah.
He flirts with Martin's wife all the time, and he's kind of a quirky character.
And I guess after a little bit, Martin Short, not a big fan of Captain Ron.
Well, he's flirting with his wife all the time, you know? It kind of gets to him after a while.
Yeah.
And, of course, Captain Ron does some other rather eccentric things that kind of irk him.
Yeah.
Kind of make him pretty irritated with Captain Ron.
And from what I remember, I haven't seen this film since it first came out. His family kind of likes Captain Ron.
Oh, yeah. He's very endearing to them.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess by the end of the movie, with the happy ending, of course, Martin kind of comes around a little bit too. But you know, but there's a lot of funny stuff that ensues between picking up that boat and getting home with it.
Right. So what is it about this film that you like? Because I know you've said to me many times that you've seen this film and
dozens of times.
You always go back to it.
It
Why?
always makes me laugh.
Why do you always go back to
it? I
it?
love Martin Short. His movies I've always enjoyed. No, let me rephrase. I love his movies, not necessarily him, because on a personal level, he's said some things that have kind of bothered me over the years. But I love his acting, love his movies, and I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And the two of them together, there was really a lot of chemistry. There was a lot of they really played off each other really well. You know, and Martin Short, and of course, comes across as he's a normal guy. He's an average, normal guy with a family and just, you know, wanting to have this experience with his family. And he runs into this completely nutty guy, you know, and it really, he challenges him. He challenges him. Captain Ron challenges Martin's character to kind of broaden his horizons a little bit.
Yeah.
Get out and do something, do some fun stuff and that kind of thing. So it's just cute. It was a fun movie.
And I agree with you. I mean, I didn't get a chance to see it recently, but I do remember seeing it several times when it first came out on VHS back in the day, and I enjoyed it. I really did. And I'm just the complete opposite of you. I despise Martin Short.
Okay.
I despise him. I don't know what.
You don't like his acting or his movies or anything?
I don't think he's funny.
Really?
I don't think he's funny at all. I really, really don't. And I don't understand why people think he is funny. I just don't.
Wow. It's interesting how we all have our own personal tastes.
Yeah.
And how, you know, like I love his stuff, you don't, but yet we can both appreciate Captain Ron.
Yeah.
We can both appreciate the movie, whether we like him or his acting or not.
And
I think he's really funny.
And I didn't think Martin Short was that annoying in this film. So,
he is less annoying in this one than he is in a lot of other films.
And maybe that's what it is I don't like about Martin Short per se. He just has this annoying, whatever persona he's going for, whatever character, he's just so annoying. those skits he used to do on SNL and I don't even want to talk about it. But I do like Captain Ron.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fun family movie. I think it's PG or PG-13, somewhere around there.
I think it's PG. I don't even think it was PG-13.
Yeah.
I think there's like 1 or 2 words in it that, you know, that a parent might be concerned about. But really, all in all, I think most families could watch it and enjoy it.
Great. It's called
Despite that it's a 90s movie.
It's called Captain Ron. It's starring Kurt Russell and Martin Short. Coming up after the break, we've got George Clooney and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's coming up next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.